Right, let's carry on with this Roberts R600. I'm sure you've all seen this one. Let's just put a bit of rubber matting down there. Let's have a look at getting the chassis out. Fairly straightforward, these. Let's have a look. All we've got is a couple screws. A couple of screws in down here. Let's have a look, see if I'm getting a bit closer on that. Let's get in a bit closer. Yeah, so there's two screws, one in down there to loosen off. See that my hand in the way? On there. Let's pop that one out. To keep all the bits in these little boxes as I go. Quite handy. Right, and onto the other side. One more screw there. Again, big chubby hands in the way. There we go. Let's unscrew that one. You can feel the faceplate coming out as we speak. Come on. Give me a little box there. One more screw, and that is the base of the antenna. The telescopic aerial. Let's get a smaller screwdriver for that one. Again, just there. It's well worth taking these apart, even if you're not electronically minded, because you can certainly do with a good clean-up, especially around the top dial plate. Right, that's that done. Let's get that out of the way. Zoom back out of it. Okay, so that should free up the top panel. Let's have a look. There we are. So don't yank this, because as you can see the speaker is still attached. Two things with this. It looks actually like the speaker's not been put back in properly. Let me just give you a show of that. Let's put that back on for a second. So let's see if I can get you a little bit closer. Yeah, see this speaker, it's difficult to show you, but if you see there, the speaker's not actually clipped into anything, so it's just, that should actually be tucked in underneath this wood, underneath this wooden edge here, so someone at some stage has taken this apart. So what I'm going to do is flip it over, and I've got two little nuts there to pop the speaker out, so I'm not going to bore you with undoing those. I'll do that off camera, and join me again in a second. There we have it, one Roberts R600 in pieces. Couple more bits, as I say. You can take the little badge off the front there. It's just a couple little bits of plastic. You just need to heat them up with a solder on and very gently prise that front badge off. They're very fragile, these. You can take the handle off if you want to. I wouldn't really recommend it, but there's little like grip washers in each side, and you can then pull the handle off. I'm not going to worry about this one. I say it's actually in good nick, the handle, but it's nice to get it out of the way sometimes if you're refinishing the sides. Plastic grill, well, aluminium type metal grill on these, you can get that off. Again, a bit tricky, and you can damage it more than you can by leaving it on. Usually with a speaker out of the way, you can push from behind and flatten it out a bit. Normally makes it a little bit neater. Same with the back one. There is some little tabs that hold the little back grill in, but I don't know if you can see them there. It's just some little metal tabs. Again, I probably will pop that one out because it is is a little bit dodgy. So anyway, that's the case. Let's put that to one side. So look at the chassis. So as you saw, I took the speaker out. Just 2 nuts hold that in. Let's just get you in a little bit closer. You can see why I like to take them out. Look at that. Pretty mucky. That's years worth of dust that's gone through the grill and settled on the speaker. So I like to pull this out, clean that off. Again, very, very careful with a speaker. Very fragile. Always best to put a bit of cardboard or something over it when it's not in use, just to stop you poking your fingers through it or damaging it, dropping something on it. But yeah, I'll just blow that out with a air duster, then just give it a light paint brushing, very fine paintbrush, and that'll be it for that one. Okay, that's the speaker all wrapped up. So all I've done with that is just cut out a little bit of cardboard packing, big elastic band, job done. Not going to stick a hole in that one today, won't you? Still got to be careful of the back. Battery terminals, as you saw earlier, takes a PP9, I believe it is, isn't it? I get confused with all the PP numbers. So moving up to the dial plate, as I say, pretty straightforward. I don't think these have got a grub screw, I think these just pull off. So anyway, side pieces, just bits of chromed plastic. Not much you can do with those if they're damaged, and I haven't found a source of replacement for them yet, so be careful with those. One each side. One other thing that I did notice when I took this one off, and it's the Ferrite Rod Antenna. As you can see, it's just come out of its grommets there, so I'm just going to push that back in so that we don't snap anything off. There we go. Antenna on these, let's get you a little bit closer. All that's held in by is a little spring clip there, single wire on it. It just couples into the FM module there, which appears to be working, as we have got FM on this. So let's just pop that one off, and then you can pull the antenna out. As I say, that one, the bottom section is gone on it, but I have got some brand new Roberts R600 aerials, which I got from Roberts themselves, so that's useful. They do still make aerials that fit. They won't tell you that they fit an R600. I'm not sure which one they fit, but you can still get them. Not cheap, but well worth buying. So we've got 2 modules in here. This one, which is covered over at the moment. But, I will tell you that one. I'll look that up in a second. Just bear with me. I'll just get the info. Right, I'm going to do a couple basic things first before I get right into this. As I say, we have got 2 modules on there. This is the FM module on this end. This is the IF amplifier module. I'm not 100% sure yet whether this one has got the old AF series transistors in it or not. I've worked on one of these, but I can see there's a mixture of silicone and germanium transistors in here. So there is a possibility it does, but I need to look into that one. But there's a couple of basic things to do first. One is to clean the switches. This switch bank here, it's notorious for getting muck in. Again, with the design, there's nothing to stop any muck going down through these buttons and crudding up inside. They usually are a bit of a state. So what we'll do is we'll pop the knobs off. Again, just a firm grip on those, and they just pull off. There's one. It's worth noting on these, one of these knobs has got a round, if you can see that, it's a round hole in it. The other one has got a D, and actually this one is broken as well. So I need to do a bit of cleaning and gluing on that one. Put this all inside. With this one as well, you have got to unsolder this little There's like a car aerial socket there for an external FM aerial. If you remember the old car aerials, telescopic ones with the aerial plug in it. This one's pretty naff actually, it's all falling apart. So I'm going to just turn the soldering iron on and we'll clean all this off, unsolder the tags, then we can pop the top plate off. Okay, welcome back. I'm just going to quickly take a picture of the headphone jack connector up here. There we go, always worth taking as many photos as you can. Helps the process of putting everything back together. Oops, there goes the phone. So yeah, a couple of things we're going to have to unsolder from this. Let's get you in a little bit closer. So on this side, where are we? We've got to get used to all these different angles on the camera. So yeah, we've got this this piece here. This is the car aerial socket. As you can see, it's a little bit fallen apart, and actually the earth connection from the FM tuner module has actually snapped away from that, so I don't think that would have been very effective. So it's just a case of cleaning off the solder from this piece, unsoldering that one. But as I say, it is falling apart, that. So, and the other one we've got to do is, if you can see it there, so just move the camera angle a bit. That's just down here. This is the headphone socket, so again, in order for that to come out of the front panel, you've got to unsolder the wires behind. So let's zoom back out a little bit. Let's get the soldering iron into gear. So if you're wondering what soldering kit I'm using, it's only DIY, but it's certainly not a professional bit of kit, but it does the job for me. It's a Dura tool. If any of you want the model number, then let me know, but quite a handy bit of kit. It's got a desoldering gun on it as well, which can be turned on. Well, it's a little bit noisy for filming. Temperature controlled iron, nice iron as well. It's got different tips. I've got the fine tip on at the moment. Comes with a little sponge. That's me dropping it on my rubber mat. I don't particularly like the stand on it very well, so I've got another stand over here which I use as well with like a brass Brillo pad on it for cleaning the tip. But yeah, good bit of kit. I hope you can see this okay. So just going to lift these wires off of the headphone jack. There's a little earth wiring behind, it's a little bit tricky, I don't want to burn anything. That's that. Move it up. Let's move the camera so you can see. So again, the little car antenna socket. Let's pick that one out. As I say, it's that's actually not attached, but I will need to just get a bit of braid and let's have a look here. Let's get a decent bit of braid on here. Just going to heat that up, get some braid in there. Just take that off. There we go. Pop the iron off. So now zoom back out. Sorry for the running commentary on the filming, but as I say, I'm fairly new, just getting used to this still. So now the top should come off. You've got to be a little bit careful with these, because very often they tape them on these edges. Put a little bit of glue just to stop you having fun with them, I'm sure. So there we are. We're on our way out. There we have it. One top panel removed. It looks like it's had a little bit of touching up before and underneath. But not to worry. If you can see through there, look, it's going to need a little bit of touching up in underneath, I'm sure. But not too bad a dial face actually. Certainly restorable, that. Let's pop that out of the way in safety. Let's have a look inside the front piece. So I'm not sure what's happened here, but I'm sure that should be like a blue material. Those are bits of our control knob. I will keep those. Put them in my little tab. Stick the knobs in there out of the way as well. So yeah, that's inside the front cover of the R600. Let's get you a little bit closer. So again, it's all going to need cleaning up and around here. A very basic dial pointer on the Roberts. It's just a little block of hardwood with a couple holes, a couple slots cut in it, and a little wire red painted bit of metal. Over here it's the rubber grommet for the antenna. That may need replacing, so I've got a pack of assorted grommets, so I'll probably replace that one. Again, the little rubber grommet holding the FM tuner looks like that's perished as well, so I need to change that. Yeah, it's a little bit strange that. It looks like someone's glued something in there, so I'm going to have to do something about that. Anyway, next thing to do is look at lubricating some of these switches. So what happens is they don't make contact and switch through the different bands properly, so they get stuck in the bands really. Zoom out a bit. So just using some good old Service-All switch cleaning lubricant. As I say, I didn't do this before taking the front panel off because I didn't want to get any of this on the actual perspex. But let's put some squirty down through there. Get it right down in. Worth doing these at an early stage because they can cause hidden problems. You never know, it might come back to life immediately, but give them a good going through. I tend to do it both ways up. Make sure everything's evenly distributed. These buttons are pretty manky as well, so they're going to need cleaning up. Right, let's pop the battery back in. Right, I've just put the just bridged the headphone socket out because I couldn't obviously operate it with a broken circuit. I just connected up a temporary aerial to the FM. As you can hear, the FM is working quite well. Well, if it had a decent aerial, that would be.
The defending European champions. Is that realistic?
Yes. It's quite deaf, really. It's only receiving stronger stations, but volume's certainly come up since last time. Probably due to that dodgy aerial, I expect. Say, FM working good, but still nothing heard on medium wave or long wave. So switch cleaner and the disconnection of the headphone socket didn't do the job. So back to square one. I'm going to have a quick look at the schematic and redraw. Right, just a quick update on this one. I've been playing with it off air and had a good go through. I've done some reflowed some rubbishy old solder joints, but to no avail. Had a quick search around the internet, and yes, of course, the IF module, this one here, which is a Mullard LP1171. Sorry, I've got this module down here. So Mullard LP1171. Sure enough, that contains the dreaded AF series transistors. One of the little tricks you can do with those is to give them a little tap to see if they'll spring into life. So initially I did a bit of tapping around on the module, nothing at all. So I pop the board over, just give it a little tap in this area, and as you can hear, it has come back into life. Tapping it, dead again. Again, you can hear it. So I'm not giving it any, it's only the rubber handle of a screwdriver, but long wave, medium wave, both back into life. Which unfortunately means only one thing, and that is, let's just disconnect that battery. This, where are we? Let's get in a bit closer. This is the offending item. This module, LP1171, has got to come out. Looks straightforward, doesn't it? Looks like you just pop the lid off and away you go, but unfortunately it's all wired back here. So one side of the module, nice and easy to get at, down through here, bit of desoldering, Bob's your uncle, out it'll come. The other side of the module, however, is down beside this FM switch block, wired right down in underneath here. A lot of the wires actually go to the terminals. That is going to be a pig to get at, so bear with me and I will attempt to get it out and we can unearth the mysterious LP1171 module together with its lovely AF series transistors, and we can either fix them or replace them, but we'll have a look at them on the multimeter just to see what they're doing.